May I now call on the Secretary of Environment and Natural Resources, Jim Osampuna, to step up in front. He's already there. Secretary of the Interior and Local Government, Eduardo Anderson, step up in front, already there. Former Secretary of Environment and Natural Resources, roycimatu, sir. Thank you for coming. Philippine Veterans Affairs Office Undersecretary Ernesto G. Carolina, sir. U.S. Embassy Representative Kilia E. Cummins. And of course, San Miguel Corporation's Ramon S. Sir. May I ask the assistance of Undersecretary Jonas Leones and Undersecretary Ana Lizate, as well as the MBCO Executive Director Jacob Mainban in the unveiling. You may start now.
Ulang.
While the unveiling is ongoing, I will read the marker, Fort Drum and its heritage canals. Fort Drum at El Riley Island, also known as the Concrete Battleship, was one of the 4 fortifications that include the Corregidor, the Caballo, and the Carabao Islands, envisioned to serve as a formidable light harbor defense to protect the Manila and Subic Bays. The Fort Drum cannons are 14-inch, 356 mm guns, model 1909, which were specifically designed as the primary armaments of the fort and were not deployed elsewhere. Fort Drum itself was constructed by cutting away the entire top of the original island to below the surface of the water. On this foundation, the reinforced concrete fort was constructed. When completed, it was 350 feet long by 144 feet wide, and the main top deck extended 40 feet above mean low water level. The general outline of the hull, as seen from above, resembles a ship with a pointed bow toward the China Sea. The turrets of these cannons were made of 16 inches armor plate, while the sides and rear were 14 inches in thickness. The flat top was from 4.5 to 6 inches in thickness. During World War II, the combined Filipino-American military forces and civilian personnel manning Fort Drum kept the Japanese military forces at bay until an order to surrender was given by the High Command on May 6, 1942. Despite having received sustained heavy artillery fire, there were no casualties among the gallant officers and men of Fort Drum, while the cannons have remained standing unscathed until today. Due to the remote location and current state of Fort Drum, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources and the Department of National Defense decided to construct a replica of Fort Drum and its cannons with the invaluable assistance of San Miguel Corporation at the historic Manila Bay Walk, a rehabilitation and restoration area of Manila Bay Rehabilitation Program under President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, so that it can be seen by many and provide inspiration as we forge ahead with the battle to rehabilitate and restore Manila Bay back to its proud historic past. While Fort Drum is a replica, the representation of the Fort Drum heritage cannons are actual spare barrels from Battery Cheney and Battery Hearn of the Corregidor Island. Both barrels are 12-inch, 305mm guns, model 1895, set on barbette carriage, model 1917, which had a range of up to 30,000 yards or nearly 17 miles. These guns were part of the Corregidor batteries intended for harbor defense that was manned by the gallant Filipino-American forces composed of the Philippine Scouts and units of the Philippine Army Coast Artillery during the United States Army during World War II. Aware of our constitutional duty to protect and advance the right of the Filipino people to a balanced and healthful ecology, and with Fort Drum and its heritage cannons serving as inspiration, we, the officials and personnel past, present, and future of the so-called Manila Bay Mandabos agencies shall remain steadfast in our commitment to our own battle for Manila Bay. 12 June 2022, Manila Bay Walk. Sir, go ahead. As we are admiring and reading the fourth drum project marker, may we ask the Secretary of Environment and Natural Resources, Jim O. Sampol na sir, for a short message.
Thank you very much, Attorney Go, Engine ko. Sa ating dating magaling na sekretary Sumato. Isang magaling pang sekretary ng Department of Interior and Local Government, Secretary Anyo, sir. Ang pinakamabait na milyonaryo o bilyonaryo sa buong Pilipinas. Pinakamagaling dahil mahal na mahal niya environment. Si RSA, Ramon S. Ang yan po may-ari ng San Miguel Incorporated. Ang ating butihing kaibigan sa Philippine Veterans Federation, General Carolina, sir. We have also visitor here from the United States Embassy. Yeah, what I can pronounce is your last name. Miss Comments, Miss Papio. This is still a miss. Yeah. Alam mo, gusto kong mayak sa nangyari na ito dahil ito ay isang kasaysayan na hindi niyo alam ay konektado masyado sa puso ko. Dahil sir, ngayon ko na sabihin sa inyo, dito ho na dakip ng Haponis ang aking ama. He was defending this Manila Bay. He was one of the USAPI. He was the USAPI. So sabi ko, kung merong pinakamalapit tao dito sa atin, ako, dahil dito, malapit mamatay ang tatay ko. Lahat ng dugo lumabas sa ilong sa mata dahil sa bomba binigay ng Hapon. So ayun, he survived hanggang sa naging anak niya ako. At hindi rin siya nag-survive siya. He died at the age of 53 because of those internal problem he died because of the bombing. Hanggang hindi siya nakaabot ng kapasel, hanggang dyan lang sila sa siguro naawang Hapon, binawi na. Hanggang dyan lang po siya sa, hindi ko sinasabi siya ito siya. Andyan lang siya sa kwan, hanggang sa may what's this? Yung on the way to Tapas. Ayan, doon na nag-break yung Bataan at saka dito galing na nahuli. So, ito historical ito. Pag ito sabi pa nga ni Secretary kanina, ito ay laban ng Pilipino. Papakita natin na hindi pa nga tapos ang paglalaban natin sa Manila Bay. Ang ilalaban natin na hindi dumunoy itong Manila Bay dahil ito lang yung last na frontier na pwede niyong pasyalan. Siguro hindi ako masyado magsalita. Gusto ko i-request si Secretary Simato magsalita dito. Mas alam niya yan.
Good afternoon, everybody. Magandang hapon sa inyo lahat. Maraming salamat, RSA. Would I like to greet General Anyo, Carolina, of course, Secretary, and of the Excellency for coming over here, and Yosek Jonas, Yosek Pe, and from the others from the DNR. Well, we are here to celebrate Independence Day, and at the same time, the continuing battle for Manila Bay. The first battle for Manila Bay was in May 1, 1898, when Spanish Armada and the U.S. forces, the naval forces, had a battle there right here in the mouth of Manila Bay. Natalo ang Spain dito and nanalo yung US, and that was the start of the transfer of power from the Spanish government to the US government. So that was the first battle. The second battle for Manila Bay happened in 1945, during that time when the Japanese occupied Manila and the Americans came over for the liberation of Manila, including the liberation of Manila Bay. Doon na naman sila naglaban dyan sa Fort Drum, wherein maraming Japanese na namatay sa loob yan, sa loob. Dahil alam naman ninyo yung mga Japanese, they did not surrender, they would rather commit suicide. And binuhusan kasi yan ng gasolina, nasunog, kaya lahat. We don't know kung bago sinindihan yan, nagpakamatay na sila, or namatay dahil sila sa, that remains a mystery sa atin. Now, we are now right in Manila Bay to celebrate an achievement of the battle for Manila Bay. There is that picture. Nandyan yung mga cabinet secretary sa harapan, and we were followed by members of the other agencies of government, including volunteers. Nandiyan po, nasa loob na yan. So, that was the start of the battle for Manila Bay Part 3. And so, one accomplishment of that Part 3 battle is the completion and of the Dolomite Beach, Phase 1, Phase 2, and also this monument and this replica of Fort Drum. Nakapunta po ako dyan sa Fort Drum. We landed in our helicopter, then tinignan ko yung lugar. It was called the Unsinkable Battleship. Hindi man talaga masink yan kasi sementado ang kapal. And in fact, even if you bat that one, 1,000 pounds bomb, hindi ka maano sa loob niyan. So ito yung meron nagman dyan, American soldiers, including one Filipino manning that one. You know, that was manned by the U.S. Army artillery, because that is a artillery, hindi kasi naval equipment ito eh. This is an army artillery eh. And we have now the Navy, the Army artillery upstairs is a 12-inch artillery piece. Meaning isang ano yan, yung kanyang barrel. The one that was used in Fort Drum was 14 inches. Mas malaki, mas mahaba, at saka mas direct, mas so that any vessel that enters Manila Bay, yan ang unang sasagupa. Parang sinabi niya, you pass this one over our dead body. Ganun lang talaga yan eh. So dadaanan mo talaga yan, hindi ka makadaan because of this. And this is really why I recommended to the President for putting up a replica of Fort Drum, kasi hindi na bibisita po turista yan eh. Walang nakakita, pero yung mga small baka lang. Kaya dinala na namin dito, including there was a memorandum of agreement between the DNR and the Department of Defense para dalhin namin yung dalawang extra doon eh. Nandyan lang siya doon, walang ginagamit, pinagagamitan na nakalagay sa mga canyon doon sa corridor. And that's the reason why nandito ngayon yan as a manifestation of the patriotism and nationalism of the Filipinos. And at the same time, yung sinasabi nga nila na we have continuing battle for Manila Bay. And before I close, I would like to thank everybody for coming over to witness this dedication to the Filipino people about this from our government. And I'd like to thank the President, President Duterte, for giving us this opportunity to manifest our patriotism on this day on June 12. So with that, maraming salamat. Thank you very much. Maraming salamat.